The following contest is a Hell in a Cell match. Making his way to the ring from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 228 pounds, Bill Vaux. His opponent from Death Valley, weighing in at 309 pounds, the Undertaker!
Here we go, everybody. It's main event time inside Hell in a Cell. Bloody Bill Vaux against The Undertaker. If you have watched any of Bloody Bill Vaux's broadcasts over the years on twitch.tv/Bloody Bill Vaux, no @ symbol there, twitch.tv/Bloody Bill Vaux. If you've watched any of his broadcasts over the years, you might have heard the story of how Vaux became a fan of The Undertaker. It started in a nightmare. He was 5 years old. The Undertaker infiltrated a dream of Bloody Bill Vaux, followed him around the grocery store, and then rose up in his window like the supernatural being that he is. And it was at that moment, at 5 years old, that Bloody Bill Vaux said, maybe if I'm a fan of The Undertaker, he won't come and scare me in my nightmares anymore. And from that day forward, Bloody Bill Vaux never had another Undertaker nightmare. And that's where the fandom was born, as Bloody Bill Vaux just got pitched at the cage wall here in Hell in a Cell. It's our main event this week here in Fantasy Warfare. The man himself, the Undertaker, going one-on-one. Oh, got him right into the cage wall. Anything goes here. They can fight in the ring, out of the ring, outside the cell, on top of the cell. It doesn't freaking matter what they do or where they do it. The final fall must occur inside the ring here this week to achieve victory in our main event of Fantasy Warfare here this week. Collar and elbow sends the Undertaker into the ring steps. These two guys are just brawling it out on the floor. They're not even taking the action in the ring right now. They're throwing punches. They're throwing each other at the cage wall, at the ring steps. They're just causing damage to each other right now. It's not flashy. It's not pretty, but it's getting the job done. Undertaker catches that boot attempt, but he got caught as well. Taker into the ring steps again by Bloody Bill Vaux. Locking up on the floor. Nice European uppercut sends the Undertaker across the ringside area. And then Vaux throws the Undertaker down by the other side of the ring. Taker now with those big fists sending Bloody Bill Vaux back, creating some distance. And now Vaux sent into those ring steps as well, as these two guys are just circling the outside of the ring on this one. Taker throwing Vaux down on the floor. This is our main event this week here in Fantasy Warfare. We return to normal programming next week, where it's not a vanity project, but, a viewer asked for this, so we'd like to listen to the viewers here. And, a little vanity time warp project, what the hell, why not? We're going to have one of them. It took 22 episodes before we had a vanity project, where it's all about Bloody Bill Vaux. Well, right now, the Undertaker's making it all about Bloody Bill Vaux as he just bashed his skull off the Hell in a Cell wall, sending him right down into the ring steps. I think he hit the floor before he was able to send him into those steel ring steps, as the Undertaker just keeps whipping Bloody Bill Vaux back and forth, back and forth. Taker in firm control of Bloody Bill Vaux right now. These two guys are just intent on not going in the ring. I feel like we should just not expect any sort of in-ring action in this one. Almost sounds like the crowd is turning on this a little bit. Or maybe they just don't like Bloody Bill Vaux. Oh, into the cage wall goes the Undertaker again. Taker continuing to try and fight out. Well, I mean, we do have to go back into the ring at some point in time, because there must be a final fall in the ring. We cannot have the final fall on the floor, outside the cage, on the cage roof. They changed that rule years ago, because we have seen at least one Hell in a Cell that I can recall end on top of the cell. I mean, honestly, I say let them pin and submit wherever they want to. If they want to, if you want to let them fight outside the cell, you might as well just, have the cell there just to look pretty. Because if it's not going to contain the combatants, you might as well just let them fight everywhere. Screw it. Why not? Taker with a jawbreaker on Bloody Bill Vaux, as these two just continuing to brawl in what might be one of the ugliest Hell in a Cell matches we have seen here in Fantasy Warfare. But the punishment on each other's bodies has been great. These two continuing to brutalize each other all throughout the matchup here. There may be no flashy jumps. There may be no flashy power bombs, suplexes, choke slams, anything like that so far in this contest. But let me tell you, these two men have brought the violence in terms of their fists and their feet, beating the living hell out of each other here this week in our main event here in Fantasy Warfare. And Bloody Bill Vaux is sent into the ring. My goodness. Could the action be still? It is. The action is actually in the ring, folks. Sweeps the leg. Bloody Bill is fired up. I don't know if he's fired up about the offense or if he's fired up about being back in the ring. Undertaker kicks out at the count of 2 on that one. I can't believe these guys are in the ring. It's crazy. Package pile driver by Bloody Bill Vaux on the Undertaker. Into the cover. And the Undertaker kicks out of the count of 2. Taker sits up, but Vaux is there with a series of punches and rakes, making the Undertaker's life hell. Bringing the Undertaker up to his feet, setting him up. Could it be the outsider's edge? He's got off in the air for it. Can he hit it? Down he goes, he hits it. Into the cover on the Undertaker. And that's it. Bloody Bill Vaux has just defeated the Undertaker. Say it with me again. Bloody Bill Vaux has just beat the Undertaker. And he ends the night 3-3 with his favorites. Victories over Scott Hall, Bret the Hitman Hart, and the Undertaker. Of course, the losses to Randy Savage, Roddy Piper, and Steve Austin. What a matchup. What a victory. And well, what a freaking upset. What a week this week here on Fantasy Warfare. What a weird time warp it's been, though.